I saw the brightest, purest white lights that I had ever seen, and I just felt so at peace and surrounded by love. And as I looked down at myself, it was as if I was a child. And I had no fears, I had no worries, I had no thoughts. I was completely at peace.
So yes, Candice, thank you so much for giving us a chance to speak to you today. So Candice had a profound near-death experience after a challenging period of illness, followed by a heart surgery early in her adult life. She used to work as a nurse, and today she works as a VerySoul and certified helping parents heal evidential medium. So yeah, I'd love you to tell us a little bit about your near-death experience, and we'll take it from there.
Sure. On the 1st of March in 2010, I had a PFO closure, which is I had a hole in my heart. And I needed this procedure because I had previously had pulmonary embolism and mini strokes. And I had to be awake during this procedure. So I remember laying on the theatre table and I was shaking with fear. I even asked the nurse's hand if I could hold his hand. And as the doctor went in the main artery of my leg and he fed the device up towards my heart, I was in another space immediately, like instantly. And I saw the brightest, purest white lights that I had ever seen. And I just felt so at peace and surrounded by love. And I was sitting at the bottom of his feet, a big presence I saw as I looked up. And I remember feeling the bottom of his robe, the folds of material in between my fingers. And as I looked down at myself, it was as if I was a child. And I had no fears, I had no worries, I had no thoughts. I was completely at peace. And I vaguely remember his hand coming down towards the top of my head. And I found myself back on the operating table with the doctor asking me if I was okay. And yeah, I didn't speak about this for many, many years, I just kept it to myself.
We often talk about the after effects on NDErs, that they seem to be able to unlock some latent abilities. And in your case, it seems to be mediumship. So I'd love to know whether that was something that you were able to do before the experience as well, or whether that is actually a consequence of your NDE.
I have always had spiritual encounters and experiences and been aware of angels and even my past loved ones before the NDE. And it was after the NDE, it was such a slow integration for me that I didn't feel that it was something like from that. And I really blocked it out because I didn't speak about it or even think about it or reflect on it for so many years. And maybe it was the trauma. I know how people block it out. And it could have also been fear of judgment when you share something like this with somebody, like, will they believe you? What will they think of you? And I had like such an awareness of starting to follow my guiding lights. So I got to like receive from my spirit team and or my God, and I just followed what they were giving me. So I feel like there was a time where they highlighted my near-death experience for me. They reminded me, they showed me, oh, remember that experience happened. You got to go back there and reflect. There's lessons within there. It made me reflect deeper and go back and realize, wow, that's what was a terrifying experience was such a gift for my journey, you know? And now I could share with evidential mediumship that your past loved ones are in the most beautiful place. And it's the same feeling of love that you feel when you connect with your past loved one, because it's really sacred and it's love. And you have your spirit team right there helping guide each communication. And it's all for the healing of others. And I've known all my life since I was really young that I have always wanted to just help people, you know? And that's why I think I got into nursing and I wanted to do something with children or look after children. I've always wanted to be a mom. So before the NDE, I was just focused on like being the best mom that I could be. And now that my boys have got older, I have more time for my purpose and helping others.
What was your view on life after death before your experience?
Yeah, I didn't think too much about near death experiences before that. To be honest, I knew of people around me that had close calls, and I thought it was like miracles that they had, you know. But I didn't even really give my near death experience that title of near death experience because I didn't really know or understand immediately what I had gone through. I just thought of it as an experience, you know?
I was gonna ask you actually. So, did you know what a near-death experience was before the experience itself?
I heard of stories where people have been close to passing and they end up making it. But I think I just thought, wow, that was a miracle, you know? I didn't like read up or listen to or go deep into the experiences that they had. So that's why I feel I didn't give mine that label. I didn't know to mine that label, if you know what I mean.
As is often the case. So I'd love to talk about your integration process because it's very common that people don't speak about those for a number of years because they just don't know how to make sense of it. You know, obviously we still live in a society where I'm quoting, I think, Pimba Loma, that he says that about 40% of people that actually speak about their experiences to their doctors, they get pathologized. So it's a big problem. You know, people still assume that there must be maybe some hallucinations induced by the medicines they're giving you, or some sort of crash in the system in the brain. So unfortunately, we still live in a society that is not fully equipped to offer the right support network for NDErs, and obviously we at IANDS we're trying to hopefully improve this. So how soon did you start to speak about it to your husband, to the people around you?
I think IANDS got me going
What?
because yeah, so late actually, because I didn't speak about it or share. And I got involved with IANDS and doing the presentation and really thinking a lot about my life and reflecting before and during and after. And it really helped me to connect the dots and join the dots. And once I had it all written down, it like started to all make sense. And my spirit team would help me and guide me with what to say and write about. And even like pulled up that photo that I spoke about with me reading a storybook to a smaller child, and it has such meaning. So my integration was so slow and gradual, and it was as if I was just following my intuition of what to do next, where am I going here, because I didn't plan on being an evidential medium. I slowly got into energy healing and I was curious and I got into learning about other spiritual things from experiences that I had. I wanted to know, like, why did that happen,
Yeah.
with knowing when, like, babies would pass or children and being in experiences like that. And that's what got me into the more spiritual side of things. But it was an experience that I had which got me into mediumship, which I'm so grateful for because I really feel like it's my path. People feel a heightened energy inside when our spirit team are trying to say, like, oh, that's your path. That's what you're meant to be doing because it's your passion, it's your purpose. You just know it inside.
Absolutely. But do you feel that anyone might potentially be able to develop mediumship?
Yes, for sure. Sure. Yes. Yes.
Would you have any tips perhaps for someone to get started?
Yeah, we all souls and we are all connected and we all have our senses. So for sure. And our past loved ones are right here with us. You've got to believe that and know that. And we can all communicate with our past loved ones because they love us. So they will always be there with us, helping us, sending us signs, guiding us. And it's just your shifted awareness that will take you there. So, you can be in stillness and sit by yourself, and you can ask them to come join you. You can talk to them and they can hear you. It's we in the physical, but we so spiritual too that we can just take our awareness to the spirit world and then ask them to come close to you. And then you start to use your senses. That's how they communicate with us. So it's like, what am I feeling in this moment? Am I seeing something? Did they flash me a picture? Am I hearing something? Do I feel a deep knowing? And that's how they communicate through to us. And it's such a beautiful thing because it creates so much healing. That's why I do this, for the healing of others.
Absolutely. I'd love to quickly go back to your integration process. I was wondering if you had any recommendation for NDErs to help with their integration.
Because I think mine was so slow and gradual, I I would say that like communication would be the best thing to communicate with others who have had near death experiences so that you can feel comfortable and you can share. And there might be like similarities and deeper understanding and reflection of what's happened. And that way you can support each other. And doing things for yourself to feel more grounded or movements, doing the things that you love to do that make you happy, the creativity that brings you joy. I feel like those are all things that can also really help.
I love that. Well, so next question is clear, it's going to sound a little obvious to you, but are you afraid of death these days?
Before my near death experience, I was afraid of death. And I would be afraid of my loved ones who love me, who would miss me, right? Um, being like physical, I would be afraid of maybe what would lead up to my death. But knowing where I'm going, no, that's such a beautiful space.
That's great. What would you say is the biggest lesson that you learned from your NDE?
I feel that they highlighted to me again for me to remember so that I can share to help people, that I can share what I saw, what I felt, so that others can know that their past loved ones are in the most beautiful space and that we are all connected. And it has strengthened my belief in knowing that, we are so loved and held and supported. And I feel like that was most important so that I could share that. Yeah, and also because it's the same space that I go to when I do my readings. Like I reflect on that space. I feel that love before the reading. And it's just like a feeling of connection. And it's also a space that we can all have access to in stillness, which is such a beautiful thing to realize that there's not just the physical, that there's a spiritual, unseen world out there too, which is there to help us and support us. And they send us signs and we have miracles. And maybe a lot of people forget about that, or don't think about so much of that, or to have the awareness to know that.
Yeah. So, based on your experience, why do you think we're here on Earth?
I think we're here on earth to help others. I think we're here to go through this journey called life and have lessons and get to experience, but we really must enjoy it because it was a gift that was given to us. And just as my God is holding my hand, I feel like we are there to hold others' hands so that they know that we are connected and will help each other on this journey in whatever way that we can,
Yeah. I lo-
so that they can have happiness and feel love and Yeah, I just want people to be happy and to feel the love, you know,
That's good. Yeah.
and to know that they are loved. Yeah.
So what's your idea of God these days?
I would say, and I say my God because I'm so respectful of everybody's beliefs and I totally respect everybody's belief. I would say he is a bigger presence who has always been there, who supports and holds us and loves all, loves everybody, you know?
Where do you think God made us?
I think we were made to all be together, to realize that we are unity and connection and all like the same and parts of each other so that we can share and love one another.
Do you feel that perhaps we're entering, I would say, perhaps a new era, a new society that is shifting from a material to more spiritual humanity, and that perhaps, evidential mediumships, the field of near-death studies, children remembering their past lives, and all these scientific approaches that perhaps weren't available a few decades ago might be contributing towards that shift?
Yes, for sure. For sure. And it's taking people on like their own spiritual journey, you know? And I feel like they realizing that there's so much more because you want to do what is soul fulfilled and you want to fulfill your purpose. And it's not about the material things and what you have because we all souls and we all connected and we're all going to be going to the same space one day. And it's for you to like really find yourself and go within your authentic self and remember who you are inside,
Yeah.
you know, and want to like open your heart and share your light and share your love with others so that you can help people and like really enjoy this process while you are doing it. And I feel like you'll realize that nothing else will matter. Like all the other things will fall away, you know, that don't have meaning in your life anymore. And I just feel like it will be the way of allowing and surrendering to something bigger, which will create more happiness and joy in your life. And then you get to really share your positivity and your happiness and your love with those people that you love. And it will be positive and the love will radiate out to others and it will spread. And I feel that you will also feel that it's will become a safe place for you to communicate so you can share what's on your heart, what you're all about in a safe place where you won't be judged, you know?
Yeah. Well said, Candice. I have one last question for you. What's the meaning of life?
I feel the meaning of life is to really embody all that you are in spirit and soul and to really enjoy and find your own like inner peace and happiness and your purpose and your spirit team, your God will guide you and for you to just like follow those guiding lights. And I feel that you will create the stillness and the happiness and the joy and the peace within.
Nice. So I'm assuming you're offering readings online, like by Zoom.
Yeah.
So if people want to reach out to you, how can they get in touch?
Yes, I'm on DM via Insta or Messenger. And then I have my website, candicepages.com or .co.za.
Candice, do you have any parting messages you would like to leave the audience with today?
Oh, I'm just so grateful for this opportunity to speak and share and to just be like at peace with your near death experience that you had and to reflect on it. And there's deeper wisdom and messages and lessons within there. And I feel that like the integration can be slow and gradual, and you will be divinely guided when to be reminded of certain things, and you will connect the dots in the journey of your life and all the experiences that you've been through, which I feel will lead to your purpose and what you're meant to be doing to help others.
That's great, Candice. Thank you so much for the opportunity to speak to you. And keep up the good work, of course, and wish you all the best.
Thank you.
For now. All right.
Hi there. Well, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to support the IANDS community, please leave a like, subscribe, and maybe share with the ones you love. New episodes are out each Friday. Until then, enjoy the stream we all call life and live the love you wish to see in the world. Bye for now.